It is a tale of two brothers, of two very different men, and it is a tale of two very different spouses.
Let's call this a modern fairy tale.
Oh, what could possibly go wrong?
They have proven themselves to be liars.
Why are they talking about race?
How you don't have your daddy at your wedding?
I want to be near them. I want to be a part of their life.
What you're doing to your father's not right.
She wanted her privacy invaded.
There were women who worked for her who were absolutely broken by her.
Just by existing, we were upsetting the dynamic of the hierarchy.
He has become a traitor.
Who are their friends now?
The fairy tale has fractured.
They would change the world.
I think our character, who we are at your core, I don't think that shifts. I think a lot of behaviors and habits and roles that you end up playing in your life can bring out the best or worst in a lot of people, but you're still who you are.
Very enthusiastic about things, pushes himself right into it. He's not at all shy and very polite. Where else, perhaps Harry is certainly a different character altogether.
Differences between the two boys' personalities began to develop. William was the quieter, more intuitive. Harry, the more mischievous.
Kids may get into trouble. I know a thing or two about that.
I was the shadow, the support, the plan B.
I think you were just their second child, mate.
I was brought into the world in case something happened to Willie.
You weren't just a second child.
Life is going to be much tougher for William than it is for Harry. And I know Diana worried about that, and she was training up Harry as a kind of support system.
Because William was going to be king. And Harry used to say when he was a little boy, I'll be king, I'll be king. He was happy to offer himself as king. He's always wanted to be number one.
Second-born sons have become monarchs, notably George V and George VI. Although history often repeats itself, Charles and Diana wanted Harry raised as a support to his brother. William is being groomed for his burden, while Harry can have more freedom ahead of him.
One of her mottos to me was, you can be as naughty as you want, just don't get caught.
And so she was already kind of taking steps to try and make sure that they were treated equally, even though William would always be number one.
Diana said, "My father always taught me to treat everyone as an equal. I have always done, and I'm sure that William and Harry are the same."
And Diana's fundamental error, as I have pointed out in every book I've written about her, was that she erased the necessary differences in their future in a way that was not wholesome and that was bound to cause trouble down the line.
It was a great thing to do as a parent, but it didn't really prepare Harry for the fact that he was going to be relegated. He was not the number one.
Me being born into this family, the sibling rivalry that comes from that. Balmoral had 50 bedrooms, one of which had been divided for me and Willie. Willie had the larger half, with a double bed, a beautiful window looking down on the courtyard, the fountain, the bronze statue of a roe deer buck.
Because as a child, he got the smaller half of a bedroom in a castle.
My half of the room was far smaller, less luxurious. I never asked why. I didn't care.
You clearly did care, because you're writing about it now as a 40-year-old.
But I also didn't need to ask. 2 years older than me, Willie was the heir.
It's so unfair that you were not born before your brother. Why can't you be king? His half of the room didn't overlook the bronze stele of the roebuck deer.
When I started looking through it, it brought back so many memories. It's really nice looking back at it.
Blimey, it was the first day at school. Probably one of my first days.
School first days, then probably.
Me turning up thinking I've got my older brother at the school, he'll be looking after me, when in fact he just ignored me.
Even when you were in the same school, in high school, your brother told you, pretend we don't know each other.
Which I am assured by people who are eaten together actually is not true.
Yeah, and at the time it hurt. Willie told me to pretend I didn't know him. You don't know me, Harrold, and I don't know you.
Your brother told you, pretend we don't know each other.
Yeah, and at the time it hurt. I couldn't make sense of it. I was like, what do you mean? We're now at the same school. Like, I haven't seen you for ages. Now we get to hang out together? He's like, no, when we're at school we don't know each other. For the last 2 years, he explained, Eden had been his sanctuary. No kid brother tagging along, pestering him with questions, pushing up on his social circle. He was forging his own life.
This is Eton, by the way, one of the elite schools of the world. Played host to 20 British prime ministers. Great authors, entertainers, the lot.
Willie always hated it when anyone made the mistake of thinking us a package deal. And I took that personally.
This is your big brother. He's not going to give you a wet, sloppy kiss in the school corridor.
The brothers were very close. Understandably, you know, their bond was they were the only two people in the world who knew what it was like to be Diana's sons, living through that tragedy that only they could know, the horror of it all.
Clearly, they both felt it equally, but Harry, the younger one, seems in some ways a tougher character.
Wanting to cry, grieve, and process that grief. At this point, both of us were in shock. What I do remember with startling clarity is that I didn't cry. Not one tear. Why were all these people crying when I wasn't, and hadn't? I wanted to cry, and I tried to. But I couldn't squeeze out one drop. It was like I was outside of my body and just walking along doing what was expected of me. Showing 1/10 of the emotion that everybody else was showing. Sharing the grief of my mother's death with the world. You know, the sort of the outpouring of love and emotion from so many people that had never even met her. It's like, this is my mum. You never even met her. I think it's bizarre. The fact that the people that we were meeting were showing more emotion than we were showing. How is it that so many people that never met this woman, my mother, can be crying and showing more emotion than I actually am feeling? You act as if you did, but you didn't know her. That is, you don't know her. Present tense. The first time I cried was at the burial. Once my mother's coffin actually went into the ground, that was the first time that I actually cried. Yeah, there was never another time.
You said you didn't cry for years.
Yeah.
Why?
It wasn't through lack of trying.
My heart goes out to all the people who've lost all their loved ones in the world. You know, it does connect you as a very sad club you don't want to be a member of, but you do all have a shared sort of pain that you can immediately understand and see in anyone when you meet them.
You have lived separate lives from the time your mom died.
The two of them were not just the best of friends, they were inseparable, he tells us. At Highgrove, Charles' private residence, they were always together, in the pub together, on motorbikes together. Very rarely did William and Harry do things separately.
Now, they got less close when William married Kate, because inevitably, you know, when one brother gets married and the other doesn't.
I recall Kate walking down the aisle, looking incredible.
And certainly, Harry has a lot more to be envious of William than William has to be envious of Harry. because Harry wanted a wife like Catherine.
She was carefree, sweet, kind, with killer legs.
Harry and Catherine got on so well that when William and Catherine split up, I wondered if Harry and Catherine might get together.
Really?
I wondered that.
I liked seeing Kate laugh. Better yet, I liked making her laugh. And I was quite good at it.
I'm not saying that was ever in Catherine's mind. It was just they were best friends and they spent a lot of time together.
He was married, with a baby on the way, while I was eating takeaway alone over the sink. Pa's sink. I still lived with Pa. Game over, man. You win.
He suddenly had it in his face that he was not the number one. So Harry is sort of feeling himself going down the totem pole and has started to get bitter.
You should kind of be sitting there, a little bit in the monarch shadow, and just wait your turn.
He was obsessed with the idea that as he grew older, people just wouldn't care about him anymore. Prince George would grow up and he'd become the new thing. He thought he had a very limited time
to be on the world stage because Prince George is aging by the moment and will overtake him as the next best thing. I mean, is that who he is?
Harry was asked about his young niece and nephew and how he felt about being bumped down the line of succession. He said, "The reason I'm now 5th is because of my nephew and niece, and I could never wish them away."
How are you feeling about the news you're going to be an uncle again?
Fantastic. Great. Very, very happy for them.
And how's your sister-in-law doing?
I haven't seen her for a while, but I think she's okay. Thanks, Darren.
Harry has a massive second son complex.
Pure jealousy. Harry is riven with jealousy for William. He's consumed with jealousy. Why?
Because he didn't get the bigger bedroom. He didn't even get the bigger torture, according to somebody who knows.
I mean, he's even a redhead. I mean, you want to like straight out of central casting, like the redheaded stepchild. Kinda.
William is way, way better looking. William himself could easily have looked to his younger brother with envy as he went on dangerous military tours of duty, went to parties, had beers with the boys, chased girls, experimented with drugs. I don't just think that William is more handsome, I think he's way smarter. And he's emotionally stronger.
Because it's not that you're the forgotten son, it's that you're the son who doesn't have obligations, my man.
It's frustrated ambition, it's anger at being overlooked, there's even a struggle about wives.
It would be great to have someone else next to me to share the pressure. Time will come, whatever happens, happens, I guess.